In the sacred sanctum of a venerable temple, a young monk approached his teacher with a heavy heart and a soul burdened by the weight of discontent. With a voice tinged with earnestness, he addressed his mentor. "Teacher, I find myself unable to remain within the confines of this temple any longer. My spirit yearns for solace, for the tranquility that eludes me in this place. I seek refuge in a monastery where peace reigns supreme." The teacher, his brow furrowed with concern, regarded the young monk with a gaze steeped in compassion and understanding. "Why do you wish to leave, my child?" he inquired, his voice a gentle breeze that stirred the stillness of the temple's sacred halls. "What troubles weigh upon your soul?" In response to the teacher's query, the young monk poured forth the depths of his anguish, his words a lamentation that echoed within the recesses of the temple's hallowed chambers. "Everyone here," he began, his voice tinged with sorrow, "is toxic to me. Some of my fellow monks are entangled in the web of politics, their minds consumed by the machinations of power and influence. Others speak ill of me, of you, and of our brethren, their words, a poison that seeps into the very fabric of our communal existence. And there are those who idle away the hours in idle gossip, their tongues wagging incessantly like the clattering of bones in a hollow tomb. I find myself unable to focus on my spiritual path amidst the cacophony of negativity that pervades this place. Please, teacher, grant me leave to seek refuge in a monastery where the purity of spirit reigns supreme." Moved by the young monk's heartfelt plea, the teacher's expression softened, and a profound sadness crept into his eyes. He understood all too well the burden of discontent that weighed heavily upon his disciple's shoulders, the relentless onslaught of negativity that threatened to extinguish the flickering flame of inner peace. With a solemn nod, the teacher acknowledged the validity of the young monk's concerns and resolved to grant him the respite he so desperately sought. Yet before bidding his disciple farewell, the teacher deemed it necessary to impart one final lesson, a test of character that would serve as a guiding light on the young monk's journey. Handing him a simple spoonful of water, the teacher spoke with a voice suffused with the wisdom of ages. "Take this water, my child, and carry it around the monastery without spilling a single drop. If you succeed in this task, you shall be free to depart and seek solace in a monastery more conducive to the pursuit of inner peace." The teacher listened intently, his heart heavy with empathy for the plight of his young disciple. With a nod of understanding, he acquiesced to the monk's plea, yet not without first imparting upon him a final lesson, a timeless truth that would serve as a guiding light amidst the darkness of uncertainty. But before granting the monk his freedom, the teacher posed a challenge, a test of resolve that would serve to illuminate the path ahead. Handing the young monk a spoonful of water, he spoke with solemn gravity. "Take this water, my child, and carry it around the monastery without spilling a single drop. If you succeed in this task, you shall be free to depart." Eager to prove himself worthy of the teacher's trust, the young monk accepted the challenge with a fervent determination burning within his soul. With each step that carried him along the winding corridors of the monastery, he cradled the precious cargo in his hands, his senses attuned to the delicate balance of water teetering on the brink of oblivion. As he traversed the labyrinthine passages of the temple, the young monk encountered myriad distractions that threatened to divert his attention from the task at hand. The whispers of idle gossip, the murmurs of political intrigue, and the echoes of slanderous speech assailed his senses, testing the limits of his resolve. Yet amidst the tempest of negativity that raged around him, the young monk remained steadfast in his commitment to the task entrusted to him by his teacher. With each passing moment, he focused his gaze inward, drawing strength from the depths of his own being, until the clamor of the outside world faded into insignificance, like the distant echoes of a forgotten dream. Returning to his teacher triumphant, the young monk presented the spoonful of water, its contents untouched by the tumultuous currents of distraction that had threatened to engulf him. With a smile of pride, the teacher regarded his disciple, his eyes alight with the fire of recognition. "Tell me, my child," the teacher inquired, his voice a gentle melody that resonated within the hallowed chambers of the temple. "Did you encounter any gossip or negativity while carrying the water?" The young monk shook his head in quiet affirmation, his spirit buoyed by the sense of accomplishment that welled up within him. "No, teacher," he replied, his voice tinged with wonder. "I was too focused on the task at hand to heed the distractions that sought to ensnare me." With a nod of approval, the teacher imparted unto his disciple a timeless truth that would serve as a guiding light amidst the darkness of uncertainty. "When you are focused on your goals," he spoke, his voice suffused with the wisdom of ages, "negativity from others becomes but a fleeting shadow, a whisper in the wind that holds no power over the steadfastness of your resolve. Remember, my child, to remain steadfast in your commitment to your path, and let nothing sway you from the pursuit of truth and enlightenment." And so, with the lesson learned and the challenge overcome, the young monk departed from the temple, his heart ablaze with the fire of newfound wisdom. Guided by the teacher's timeless teachings, he embarked upon a journey of self-discovery, destined to traverse the boundless expanse of his own consciousness in search of the elusive shores of inner peace and fulfillment. In the tumultuous sea of negativity that swirled around him, the young monk stood firm like an unwavering beacon amidst the storm. Despite the swirling tempest of distractions and discord, he remained steadfast in his commitment to the task bestowed upon him by his revered teacher. With each passing moment, he turned his focus inward, drawing upon the reservoir of strength that lay dormant within the depths of his own being. As he navigated the treacherous currents of doubt and despair, he found solace in the silent sanctuary of his own thoughts, where the clamor of the outside world faded into insignificance, like the distant echoes of a forgotten dream. Upon his triumphant return to the temple's hallowed halls, the young monk presented the spoonful of water to his mentor, its contents pristine and untouched by the tumultuous currents of distraction that had threatened to engulf him. With a smile of pride, the teacher regarded his disciple, his eyes ablaze with the fire of recognition. A young monk stood before his teacher, his heart heavy with longing for a place of solace beyond the walls of the temple. With humility and sincerity, he expressed his desire to seek refuge in a monastery where the tumult of worldly distractions could not intrude upon the sanctity of his spiritual journey. Moved by the earnest plea of his disciple, the teacher, a venerable sage whose countenance bore the wisdom of countless lifetimes, listened attentively, his eyes reflecting the compassion that dwelled within his soul. Though reluctant to see his student depart, he understood the yearning that tugged at the young monk's heartstrings and agreed to grant his request, albeit with one final test of character. Handing the young monk a simple spoonful of water, the teacher imparted upon him a solemn task: to carry the water around the monastery without spilling a single drop. It was a test not only of physical dexterity, but also of mental fortitude, a challenge designed to reveal the depth of the young monk's focus and resolve. If he could complete this task successfully, he would be free to embark upon his journey in search of the peace he so fervently sought. With a sense of purpose burning within him, the young monk accepted the challenge with unwavering determination. Taking hold of the spoon, he cradled the water with care, mindful of its precious cargo and the weight of the teacher's expectations upon his shoulders. With measured steps, he began his journey, weaving his way through the labyrinthine corridors of the monastery, each step a testament to his unwavering commitment to the task at hand. As he traversed the sacred halls, the young monk encountered the familiar sights and sounds of monastery life, the gentle hum of prayer, the soft rustle of robes, and the fragrance of incense that hung heavy in the air. Yet amidst the serenity of his surroundings, he remained vigilant, his senses attuned to the subtle nuances of his environment, lest he falter and betray the trust placed in him by his teacher. Along the way he encountered his fellow monks, each lost in their own contemplations and devotions. Some nodded in silent acknowledgement as he passed, while others offered words of encouragement, their faith in his abilities serving as a source of strength. Yet amid the camaraderie and solidarity of his brethren, the young monk remained focused on the task at hand, his resolve unshaken by the distractions that threatened to divert his attention. With each passing moment, the weight of the water in the spoon grew heavier, its presence a constant reminder of the challenge that lay before him. Yet the young monk pressed on, his determination unyielding, until at last he completed his journey and returned to his teacher's side, the water still pristine and untouched, a testament to his unwavering focus and resolve. Upon his return, the teacher greeted him with a smile of pride, his eyes shining with admiration for his disciple's steadfastness and determination. "Well done, my child," he said, his voice filled with warmth and approval. "You have demonstrated great strength and discipline in overcoming this challenge." The young monk bowed deeply in gratitude, humbled by the teacher's praise. "Thank you, teacher," he replied, his voice tinged with emotion. "It was your guidance and wisdom that helped me to stay focused and determined." With a gentle hand, the teacher placed a reassuring hand on the young monk's shoulder. "Remember, my child," he said, his voice gentle but firm. "The path to inner peace is not always easy, but with dedication and perseverance, you can overcome any obstacle that stands in your way." Filled with a renewed sense of purpose and determination, the young monk left the temple grounds, his heart light and his spirits soaring. Guided by the lessons he had learned and the wisdom of his teacher, he embarked upon the next chapter of his journey with confidence and resolve, knowing that no challenge was too great to overcome, with the strength of his conviction and the guidance of his mentor. As the teacher looked upon his disciple, a sense of pride welled up within him, mingled with a profound sense of gratitude for the young monk's steadfastness and determination. "Tell me, my child," he inquired, his voice a gentle melody that echoed through the halls of the monastery. "Did you encounter any gossip or negativity while carrying the water?" The young monk shook his head in quiet affirmation, his gaze steady and unwavering. "No, teacher," he replied, his voice calm and resolute. "I remained focused on the task you entrusted to me, and the distractions of the world fell away." With a smile of approval, the teacher nodded in acknowledgement, his heart filled with a sense of reassurance knowing that his disciple had embraced the lesson he sought to impart. "Well done, my child," he spoke, his voice suffused with pride. "You have demonstrated not only your skill, but also your strength of character. Go forth now with my blessing, and may you find the peace and serenity you seek." And so, with the teacher's words of encouragement ringing in his ears, the young monk departed from the monastery, his heart light with the knowledge that he had passed the final test of his training. Guided by the lessons he had learned and the strength he had gained, he embarked upon his journey with renewed purpose and determination, confident in his ability to overcome whatever challenges lay ahead. As he walked along the winding path that led away from the monastery, the young monk reflected on the trials and tribulations he had faced during his time there. Each obstacle had been a test of his resolve, a chance to prove his dedication to the path of enlightenment. And though there had been moments of doubt and uncertainty, he had emerged stronger and more resilient than before. With each step he took, the weight of the water he had carried seemed to lift from his shoulders, replaced by a sense of liberation and freedom. He was no longer bound by the constraints of the monastery, but free to explore the vast expanse of the world beyond its walls. As he journeyed forth into the unknown, the young monk felt a renewed sense of purpose and determination coursing through his veins. He knew that the road ahead would not be easy, but he was prepared to face whatever challenges came his way with courage and fortitude. And so, with his head held high and his heart filled with hope, the young monk set out on his quest for inner peace and enlightenment, confident in the knowledge that he carried within him the wisdom of his teacher and the strength of his own convictions. The young monk's response was a simple shake of his head, indicating that no, he had not heard any gossip or negativity while carrying the water. He explained to the teacher that he was too focused on the task entrusted to him, ensuring that not a single drop spilled from the spoon. The teacher, nodding in understanding, seized upon this moment as a valuable teaching opportunity. With a gentle smile, the teacher elaborated on the significance of the young monk's experience. He conveyed the timeless wisdom that when one's focus is steadfastly fixed on their goals, the cacophony of negativity from others diminishes into mere background noise. Like the distant echo of a passing breeze, the words and actions of those mired in negativity hold no sway over the unwavering determination of one who remains resolutely committed to their chosen path. Drawing upon the metaphor of the spoonful of water, the teacher underscored the importance of maintaining clarity of purpose and unwavering resolve in the face of external distractions. He emphasized to the young monk the necessity of remaining steadfast in his pursuit of inner peace and spiritual fulfillment, regardless of the obstacles that may arise along the way. Furthermore, the teacher imparted a profound truth that transcended the confines of the monastery walls, the moral of the story. He underscored the importance of focusing on one's goals and aspirations, urging the young monk not to allow the negativity emanating from others to sway him from his chosen path. In a world fraught with adversity and discord, the teacher emphasized the need for inner fortitude and resilience, qualities that would serve the young monk well on his journey through life. As the teacher spoke, the young monk listened intently, absorbing every word with rapt attention. He recognized the profound significance of the lesson being imparted to him and felt a deep sense of gratitude towards his mentor for guiding him along the path of enlightenment. With each passing moment, the wisdom of the teacher resonated more deeply within the young monk's soul, filling him with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. He vowed to heed his teacher's words and remain steadfast in his commitment to his spiritual journey, no matter the challenges that lay ahead. With the teacher's guidance and the moral of the story firmly etched in his heart, the young monk felt ready to face whatever trials and tribulations awaited him on his path. Armed with the knowledge that he possessed the strength and resilience to overcome any obstacle, he set forth with confidence, his spirit ablaze with the light of inner peace and spiritual fulfillment. With a sense of clarity and purpose, the young monk absorbed the teachings of his mentor, recognizing the profound significance of his experience carrying the spoonful of water. He understood that amidst the noise and distractions of the world, true peace and happiness could only be found by turning inward, by focusing on one's own aspirations, and remaining steadfast in the pursuit of one's dreams. As he contemplated the words of his teacher, the young monk felt a sense of empowerment wash over him. Armed with the timeless wisdom imparted to him, he resolved to navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience, knowing that as long as he remained true to himself and focused on his goals, he would find the peace and happiness he so ardently sought. And so, with a renewed sense of purpose and determination, the young monk embarked upon the next chapter of his journey, his heart filled with gratitude for the invaluable lessons learned and the guidance received from his wise and compassionate teacher. With each step forward, he carried with him the wisdom of ages, a beacon of light illuminating the path ahead as he ventured forth into the boundless expanse of the unknown, ready to embrace whatever challenges and triumphs lay in store. Guided by the teachings of his mentor, the young monk embraced the journey ahead with a sense of inner peace and serenity. He understood that true happiness could not be found in the external world, but rather it resided within the depths of his own being, waiting to be discovered through introspection and self-reflection. With each passing day, the young monk delved deeper into the practice of mindfulness, cultivating a profound sense of awareness and presence in every moment. He learned to let go of the burdens of the past and the anxieties of the future, focusing instead on the beauty and wonder of the present moment. As he walked the path of self-discovery, the young monk encountered obstacles and challenges along the way. But with each trial, he grew stronger and more resilient, drawing upon the inner strength and wisdom that had been instilled within him by his teacher. And though the road ahead was uncertain, the young monk faced it with courage and determination, knowing that he was guided by the light of his own inner truth. With each step he took, he moved closer to the realization of his deepest aspirations, confident in the knowledge that true happiness awaited him at the end of his journey.